What to do about cat diarrhea. I tried to research this, and even though I have this incident at the moment, there is a reason for it, and I do know what to do. So I have two mums at the moment, and one mum is normally doesn't get diarrhea, but she's the one, this one here, who has just deposited a really stinky, runny poo. Now, this other one, she's always been she had months and months and months last year of diarrhea, and she wouldn't use the kitty litter. She would actually go to, she'd actually go upstairs when we had a two-story home. She'd go upstairs and go on the carpet, which was absolutely disgusting and not fun at all to clean. And there was another issue of why she wasn't using the kitty litter when Dad was, her kittens would, and she wouldn't, and she had diarrhea. So it was really disgusting. I ended up going to doing research online, and I really couldn't find what was the reason for her having diarrhea. I couldn't understand it, or to figure out why. So I went to the vet and said, it's been going on for so long, it's going on for months, I'm cleaning up like 15 a day. It was disgusting. So they put her onto something which didn't work, some sort of supplement or something, and then this rich paste, high in nutrients paste. So I added that to her food. It didn't make any difference. Then she had like a $300 test to find out, what's wrong with her, and it'll come up in the test. And she had this test and it showed nothing. So they said, okay, well, now what we'll do is we'll change her food. And what they should have done originally was change the food, because that is the first thing that probably should have been done in hindsight. So they recommend I find fresh meat from a butcher. I ended up getting it from Aldi. It was cheaper there, to be frank, and I actually bought dog pet mince because it was just pet mince anyway. So didn't and I think because dogs eat more, they make it cheaper. If you buy a cat version, you pay more because they eat less. So I'm thinking, well, I'll buy the dog food, which is better for the price. And like literally overnight, her diarrhea stopped, and it had been going on for months. So I suggest, if you have this issue, go on to fresh meat and see if that works. Or, the vet recommended kangaroo meat, and honestly that and also you can try different types of mince, but that worked a treat. So the only issue I really have, I guess, now, and that's probably the reason, is if you do change their food all of a sudden, then they're going to get diarrhea, which is what I think now has happened with the other mum. So this mum might do the same thing. I have got, as you see, kittens at the moment, and I was advised by the vet that it's not ideal to have the kittens on the fresh meat because it's not good. It's not going to give them the nutrients they need to develop their bones and muscles and that sort of thing. So I'll try and find the kittens, because otherwise just looking at a cat sitting down is a bit boring, isn't it? So because these kittens need nutrients and they're about to break something while they play with that, so let me fix that. That's not for playing with, guys. So they need nutrients for their development. So that's why it's important that they have good quality kitten food for the first 12 months of their life rather than the fresh meat. So I'm trying to give them what they need and the mums what they need. But of course, you know, it's very difficult to feed them separately. So therefore, the mums are trying the cat food, the kitten food, and then getting diarrhea. So once the kittens are rehomed, which I've got 3 left now, then I should be able to sort the mums out pretty quick. But I kind of thought, you know, with the different foods going on, it may happen. Now I'm being quite careful with the kittens because originally they were on the fresh meat, and I changed them to the kitten food. But the way you do it so they don't get diarrhea is you transition them slowly. So you put the fresh meat out, which they were having, and you just mix in a little bit of the kitten food, and then, you know, each time that they have food, then you add, you know, you transition a little bit more, a little bit less of the original one, and then they can go, you know, full on to the food that you're changing. So always, if you're going to change their diet, just do it in a, you know, transitional way, because I know that the mums are having fresh meat and then sometimes they're getting into the kitten food, and so hence I have this diarrhea problem. So hopefully you can avoid spending, you know, hundreds of dollars. I think I spent about $700 or something, and months of my life in stink and cleaning, and it was so frustrating, and I couldn't find an answer. So really it's as simple as that, changing their diet to something like that. And, you know, these kittens haven't had any issues at all because I transition them nice and slowly, and I am quite careful with what they eat and trying to separate them. But I know the mums have gotten access to the kitten food because they haven't eaten at all, and then it's upset their stomach. So that's the reason why. All right, so I hope that's helpful. And if you have any, if you've liked and found this informative, please like the video and subscribe. And any questions, I'm happy to help in any way I can. And lots more videos to come. Thanks, guys. Bye.